Welcome back to another episode of Benny Boys. I'm Nick.
And I'm Colin, and today we'll be taking a closer look at HSA plans and HSA bank accounts and how to use them to your benefit.
HSA medical plans are becoming more and more popular with individual and group medical plans, so we thought it would be a good idea to break down how they're funded and how they work. Follow along.
HSA plans consist of two components, a high deductible health plan and an HSA or health savings bank account. The first is the high deductible health plan, which is required in order to make contributions to your HSA bank account.
HDHPs can provide first dollar coverage for certain preventive and health screening services, but most of the other benefits, including prescription drugs, are subject to the deductible. The minimum deductible for one of these plans in 2019 is $1,350 for individual coverage and $2,700 for family coverage. The advantage to having a higher deductible is that this generally allows for lower premiums to the member.
As a way to offset the cost of care, HDHP policy members can contribute to their health savings bank account with pre-tax dollars. You must not be covered under any plan that is not a high deductible health plan to remain HSA eligible, and this includes spousal coverage and Medicare.
Most flexible spending accounts, or FSAs, are not compatible with HSA plans and therefore cannot be elected by an HSA participant, although some limited purpose FSAs, such as commuter FSAs, may be allowable. An HSA bank account or health savings account is a tax-favored savings account designed to integrate with a high-deductible health plan. Similar to a 401k or IRA, balances are owned by the participant and earnings accumulate on a tax-free basis.
Both employers and employees can make contributions to an HSA. Employee contributions to an HSA are tax-deductible or can be made on a pre-tax basis through a Section 125 plan. Employer contributions are also not taxable to the employee. The contribution limit for 2019 for an HSA is $3,500 for an individual, $7,000 for a family, with an additional $1,000 in catch-up funds for anyone over the age of 55.
Health savings accounts offer a triple tax benefit. Contributions are tax deductible, it offers tax-free growth, and withdrawals are tax-free for qualified medical expenses. In most cases, you have full discretion to decide how to invest your HSA dollars.
HSA balances roll over from year to year and are not forfeited if you change jobs. Withdrawals made for non-qualified expenses are taxable as income, and if you are under age 65, they are subject to a 20% excise tax.
It is always a good idea to be consistently funding your HSA bank account. Even putting just a small amount aside out of every paycheck can really make a big difference. You can also make contribution deposits anytime during the year.
Your funds roll over from year to year and you never lose them. So continuous funding, even in years when you don't have many expenses, will really help out in the future when that big expense does occur.
If you anticipate a large expense at any point during the year, we think it makes sense to fully fund your HSA bank account. That way you can cover as much of your out-of-pocket expenses as possible on a tax-free basis. This also works for expensive prescriptions, reducing the cost to you by using tax-free dollars.
Things work a little bit differently with an HSA plan compared to the traditional PPO plan you may be used to. When you have an office visit, you will not pay anything at the time of service, but you will be billed for the full amount of the visit, less the provider discounts. At this time, you will use your HSA bank account to pay for the services with your HSA debit card or online bill pay.
Since pharmacies are able to run the claims through when filling prescriptions, they'll be able to bill you for the exact amount you owe, and you can use your HSA debit card to pay for your share of the cost.
You will also need to keep track of your HSA eligible expenses to validate any money withdrawn from your HSA bank account. We recommend printing out your bank statement each month and stapling the matching receipts to that statement for easy tracking. some examples of HSA qualifying expenses?
Well, Colin, a few examples of HSA qualifying expenses would be prescription medicines, eyeglasses, office visit copays, birth control, and even laser eye surgery, just to name a few. There are many more things that you can use your HSA money for, so when you get an HSA plan, you'll want to ask for a list of those covered expenses. Colin, what happens if I switch jobs? Do I lose the money that's in my HSA account?
No, you do not. The health savings account is yours, and whatever money you contribute to your HSA you keep, just as you would in a savings account. Even if you don't use all of your HSA money in a given year, your funds just roll over to the next year for use. You cannot continue to contribute to an HSA if you are no longer covered under an HSA plan, or if you have other medical insurance other than or in addition to an HSA qualified high deductible health plan. Now what happens if I lose my health insurance?
Well, Colin, once you have money in your HSA, you can continue to use it even if you're no longer covered under a high deductible health plan anymore, but you can no longer make contributions to your HSA account. Colin, what if I need medical care in another country? Can I use my HSA money there?
Absolutely. Your HSA money can be used for the same medical expenses anywhere in the world. Nick, can my HSA money be invested?
Yes, Colin, your HSA money can be invested similar to a 401k. These were just a few questions we thought would be helpful. If you have any more that you'd like answered, please leave a comment down below.
Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of the Benny Boys, where we discuss HSAs and how to get the most out of them.
For more informational videos like this, be sure to check out our YouTube channel and stay tuned next week for our latest edition of Health Tips at Work. And until then, we'll see you next time.